ABC 10 News at 7 starts now.
For the first time, Scripps Health is confirming it was a ransomware attack that crippled its operations. Good evening, I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. In a message to patients today, the CEO of Scripps Health said that they now have access to people's medical history, and he anticipates people being able to log into their MyScripps accounts to see their healthcare information later this week. But for some patients, this is far from enough. Today, a local man who broke his neck told our ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer Kastner he is desperate for help.
Scripps still hasn't said who is responsible for the attack, whether patient records were compromised, and whether a ransom has been paid. 24 days after Scripps Health was first hit with a debilitating malware attack, patients are still reaching out with concerns over care.
I had broken my neck on April 5th.
Patient David Jacobson from Carlsbad broke his neck in a mountain biking accident. For weeks, he said he's been trying to get answers about follow-up care.
I needed my images, I needed my CAT scans, I needed my reports from the emergency room, and I was unable to get anything.
Last Thursday, Scripps Health confirmed that part of its network had been restored. This Monday, patients reported that the portal system is still down, and questions have been raised about whether insurance providers will cover patients who are referred out of network. A spokesperson for Scripps said Monday that its patient relations department can work on cases individually with patients to offer guidance, but that was it. A private hospital compliance company told ABC 10 News Monday that the law does not require a health insurer to pay for out-of-network providers because of a cyber attack. Jacobson considered going to an out-of-network neurologist for care, but
my concern is the same problem, Jennifer. I can make an appointment with him, but I can't provide him with all the imaging from Scripps.
Scripps Health maintains that it's still able to deliver care at its facilities using backup processes, and that its urgent cares, ERs, and Health Express locations remain open. Jacobson said Scripps coordinators called him after we asked them about his situation. He said they apologized and said that a manager would be calling him later. Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
Happening now, crews now say a major road through Carmel Valley will have lanes closed overnight because of a water main break. Water is still coming out on El Camino Real just south of the 56. A spokesperson says they're figuring out what happened, but it's not one of the older pipes that have caused problems in the past decade. And nearby businesses and residents say their water is out or they have low pressure. Only one lane is open headed north on El Camino Real.
Turning now to coronavirus, a recent report found that 10% of all U.S. restaurants have closed permanently since March of last year. Our ABC 10's reporter Mimi Alcala has the new proposal designed to benefit both local diners and restaurant owners at the same time.
I feel optimistic with what's coming forward now.
Claudia Ortiz is the owner of Lakeside Cafe and Bakery, and like many in the restaurant industry, her business was hit hard during this pandemic.
I thank God that we're here, that we're still open.
Early on, she had challenges with getting enough PPE and specific menu items from food vendors who were out of stock. Now she's faced with short staffing and a lack of customers, but thankful her family's helping out.
My dad's the main cook. He's the main chef there. My mom's the one that does the dishes. She hostesses. She helps with everything.
She hopes by June 15th, when California officially reopens, she'll be fully staffed and more people will be dining out. Supervisor Jim Desmond is proposing a program called Dine Out and Help Out, which aims to help business owners like Claudia. Desmond says the federal government has allocated about $300 million to San Diego County for recovery efforts due to the pandemic. So he's asking for $50 million of the American Rescue Plan Act funding to not only help restaurants get more customers, but give those dining out a deal.
If you go out to a restaurant on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, party of 5, you could get up to $50 off of your bill.
If he gets the green light to move forward with this plan, Desmond says restaurants that sign up will offer customers 50% off of their meal or up to $10 per person. The county will then reimburse the restaurants for that discount. For Claudia, any extra support can go a long way when it comes to getting her business to fully bounce back.
If this is something that can help the community and other businesses in my business, that'd be a big blessing and a big help.
And Supervisor Jim Desmond tells us he hopes to bring this proposal to the Board of Supervisors for consideration on June 8th. Of course, we will let you know of any new developments. For now, reporting in Del Mar, Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
Our best local case numbers to date today. The county reported just 25 new cases, while our test positivity rate was less than 1%. And 2 previously reported COVID deaths have been removed, so that total remains at more than 3,700. Masks and social distancing could still be in place when San Diego Unified resumes full-time in-person instruction in the fall. School Board President Richard Barrera says the legislature is unlikely to pass a vaccination mandate before the next school year. Plus, the State Department of Health has yet to say how its guidelines could change.
All of those, measures that are in place right now, we think, may look differently in the fall, and whatever they look like, either at the beginning or as, we go into the school year, we want to evolve, based on the CDPH guidelines.
The district doesn't know what percentage of students will return to campuses in the fall, but Barrera says he expects class sizes to be back to pre-pandemic levels. You can stay on top of any new developments with coronavirus by downloading the 10 News app. A free version is available in the App Store.
The spark from a power tool is now being blamed for starting a fire that threatened homes in Ramona. This broke out around noon near Fernbrook Drive and Mussy Grave Road. That fire burned through about 4 acres of dry grass as temperatures climbed into the 90s there. It rushed over a hill and burned close to several homes. One resident said he ran outside to start watering down his property as the winds shifted.
It looked like a volcano erupted. Ash is coming down and the wind is blowing, towards my place.
Investigators say the fire was sparked by a person using an angle grinder, and that the person is now cooperating with law enforcement. Governor Newsom is also proposing spending $2 billion to battle and prevent wildfires in California. Newsom spoke today after surveying fire prevention efforts in Northern California. He wants the legislature to approve the money to pay for firefighting equipment, forest management, and the creation of fire breaks.
None of us are naive about the challenges that this state faces, for that matter, the entire western United States. You've seen some of the news, I'm sure, as it relates to the record drought conditions.
Last year, California's most destructive fire season on record, with more than 4 million acres burned and 10,000 structures damaged or destroyed.
Blowing the whistle on anti-Asian violence and hate, literally. ABC 10 News reporter Rachel Bianco has the campaign launched today in Mira Mesa, home to San Diego's largest Filipino community.
The lunch hour at the Broken Yoke Cafe in Mira Mesa.
Yellow is a beautiful color.
Dr. Lily Cheng passes out yellow whistles, a simple gadget that she hopes will promote unity among people of all colors.
The color yellow, as I said, is the color of the Chinese people. The Chinese people are called the descendants of the yellow emperor. So the color yellow is very regal.
Dr. Cheng is the chairperson of the Asian Pacific Islander American Public Affairs Association. The nonprofit and the Mira Mesa Town Council are partnering to launch San Diego's Yellow Whistle campaign. The campaign first launched in New York City last month in response to a growing number of reported hate crimes against Asian Americans.
The Asian Pacific Islander hate has increased, and in a way, we need to blow a whistle to debunk the myth that Asian Pacific Americans are silent.
Since the pandemic began, the San Diego District Attorney has prosecuted 3 hate crimes against the AAPI community. In previous years, that number was 0.
Alert individuals about how to report hate incidences. That way they don't become hate crimes.
Some have questioned whether using the color yellow could be seen as racist or insensitive, but Councilmember Chris Cate says it should be seen as a color of solidarity.
I think we're trying to turn that on its head and to show the beauty of the color yellow, what it represents and what it means for Asian Americans.
To get things started locally, 250 of these whistles will be given out at senior centers and at schools. More will be distributed as they become available. In Mira Mesa, Rachel Bianco, ABC 10 News.
May is Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. 1 in every 3 residents in the Mira Mesa district is of Asian American descent.
The medical examiner will now determine the cause of death for a woman found in Chula Vista. The transient discovered the body today in a cinder block building off the Palomar Street exit of the 5 South. The structure has no windows and the door is now ripped off. And officers are asking nearby shop owners if they have any surveillance video that might help reveal what happened.
Another day and still no sign of a missing Chula Vista teenager. The parents of Alexis Mia Collins say they last saw her Thursday night when she went to bed around midnight. They woke the next morning to find her missing and immediately called police. Detectives say there's no indication of any suspicious circumstances surrounding the case, but they do say they are actively searching for her.